Hello, Domination. Here we go, take two. If you watched the video yesterday that I posted, which by the time I'm posting this will no longer be up, you will have seen that I did this exact same video, just forgot to check the audio. It had been months since I posted anything, and I, out of habit, always check the audio, and this time, because it had been so long, I didn't. So made a nice video, 25-minute video, and you guys have no clue what it was about. So I'm going to repost today. Nothing is scripted out, nothing is written down, so I'm hoping that everything that I felt pretty good about what I had said and what I had posted. I hope I don't forget anything this time, because I didn't feel that way after last time. This is, I'm doing this to catch you up what's going on, where we are, where we've been, why we've been, and what our plans are going forward. First of all, I rambled a lot in the other video, and I'm probably going to do that again here, but I hope I'm a little more directed, because I've done this once, but it will definitely, because it's going to be coming out of my mouth in a different order, because it's not written down, there will be some rambling or bridging with statements, because I'm thinking about other things while I'm talking about one thing. I'm thinking about something else, so I apologize for the just how this is presented, I guess. So let's start off with what has happened, where we were. The last video I posted was a What's in the Box Wednesday, and that was on August, I believe, August 27th. Let me see, August 23rd. So we're talking about, in 3 days, it will have been 4 months ago. It's been 4 months since we posted anything. Now, that was a What's in the Box Wednesday, and I actually had that in the can, meaning that I had filmed, I don't know, anywhere between 3 and 7 that I already had done and edited, so I could just come in on a Wednesday and post it. So that, although I posted on the 23rd, wasn't really the last time I filmed. The last time I filmed was on August 7th. That was more than 4 months ago. And that one was a mailbag. I had started looking at Whatnot and how that works. A little more on Whatnot in a little bit, but that was just, I bought some things off of Whatnot and I opened it for you guys on there. Then, of course, before that, we had a couple more What's in the Box Wednesdays, again, that were in the can. And then the last break we did was over 5 months ago on July 15th. So it's been 5 months and 5 days since we broke at all. Now, the initial reason, for those of you who have been part of the channel and know what's going on, I'll give you the quick rundown of why it initially happened. And that was, we had gone through multiple ways of how to do a break on this channel. It was a work in progress, and I think we finally fell on one that we liked, at least for the time being. And that was, we were going to purchase 15 breaks, give or take, anywhere between like 10 and 15, and we would do them one Saturday a month, all at the same time. That would give us like and the goal was to get a month ahead, so we'd spend 3 weeks with the next break on Discord or Facebook group, selling to the community, and then whatever didn't sell to the community, I'd post a week before the break on eBay and sell off what we could, and then we'd open on Saturday once a month and ship on Sunday the next day, and it'd all be shipped out go out on Sunday night, which means it'd go out Monday morning in the mail and through the post office. And that was working, and we enjoyed that setup. We enjoyed how it worked. We weren't making money. And guys, going forward, anytime I talk about, I'm going to use the word business, and I air quote business, is because it is officially a business. I am licensed in the state. I do pay taxes through eBay and whatnot and whatever have you. And when I sell to teams, to people here in Florida, in the local area, I do pay taxes on that. But for the most part, it's not. I do it as a business because I didn't want to find out I did something wrong and have someone come after me. For the most part, I really was doing it for myself. I didn't want to buy into other breaks anymore. I wanted to be the one that got to be the breaker. I wanted to still purchase stuff that I wanted, and I figured if I purchased stuff, kept the teams I wanted, and sold off the other teams, it would help pay for the box. Maybe sometimes I get the teams free. Maybe I'm able to open the box and still just pay a little bit on the box, and that's the mode I'm in. I'm not really looking to make this business something that pays my bills and I'm devoting 80, 90 hours a week to building. That was never the intention. It was always, if something goes in that direction, then I'll explore it. But I always expected to have a second job and do this as for fun, and build a community of people that were like-minded, and was okay with that concept. So we're not changing. That's the same type of thing. Now the problem came in where eBay decided in late June sometime that they were going to stop allowing people to do breaks on eBay. They sent out a email. It said something to the effect of they were going to approve certain sellers to sell breaks and everyone else would have to stop. And I knew, as a small breaker that brought in very little money to both either myself or eBay, I wasn't going to be someone that they were going to contact to continue breaking on their site. I have a whole thought process on that. Maybe I'll talk about it in a later time. I have some ideas for other video content to do on the channel, and that seems like it fit in perfectly with something I'm considering doing, something called Unpopular Opinion, where I tell you my opinion, which is different from everything else in the industry or most people, that kind of a thing. But that's neither here nor there. So I got cut out of the way to sell my teams off. So I had figured that out. They were no longer letting anyone do it after the 18th. We had ours scheduled for the 15th, so we finished up and we informed everyone, both on Discord and Facebook and on the live stream while we were doing it, that this was our last one until I could figure out Whatnot. Which brings me back to that original video, me talking about that Whatnot video. I applied for Whatnot. I've gotten permission to sell on Whatnot. I am a Whatnot seller, although I've never sold yet. And I started buying so I could understand the concepts of the shipping and how the shipping worked, and sit in the rooms and talk and see how the interaction was differently from eBay. And I like it, but I haven't got all the ins and outs yet. And you may be saying, well, it's been 5 months. Why haven't you got it? Well, that brings us to that's the business why things have gone the way they've gone. The personal why things have gone is shortly after that mailbag episode. I would say probably 3 days later, give or take. I don't know the exact date. I just know it was in the first half of August, early August. My mother passed away. She'd been sick for a very long time. I had moved home as the only single sibling without any children. I moved home to take care of her and my father, who over the course of the past 10 years has also had multiple health issues. And she passed away in August, and since then there's been a lot to take care of, from the funeral and all the family members, for us, cleaning out stuff, trying to take care of my dad, who's not handling it well. I had devoted a lot of time to that. On top of it, from a financial standpoint, once we took their assets and figured out how to pay for the funeral and all the things that come along with this, we decided that with what money was left, that my dad shouldn't have to worry about money. He, who knows how much longer he will be around, but the last thing we want him to do is worry about money. So we put all that money into the account so he can just up and live the rest of his life how he wants. And I took over living there. I took over all the bills, which put quite a bit of financial strain on me at first. It's not completely gone, but I'm figuring things out. So for those of you who, again, do know me, know that I just work for Lyft and Uber. And that is mostly, that was because I needed to have a job that I could work as much as I wanted, but as little as I wanted as well, in case I needed to stop in the middle of a shift to go take care of my mom or dad. I needed to be that available. And that's why I worked that job. There wasn't a lot of money in it, but I managed to get my life to a point where I could survive on that income. And now I've taken on quite a bit more. And because I don't necessarily need to be there full time like I did when she was there and on oxygen and stuff, I decided to apply for other jobs so that I wasn't, making myself work 50, 60 hours as a Lyft driver, Uber driver. On top of it, my car, about 3 months ago, I guess it was in October, my car, the engine just blew up. I've had many engines blown up in my life, and it was always because I forgot to take care of the car. I was, not the best at taking care of cars. This was not the case this time. I went for an oil change every month. I had a mechanic on call, and some fluke, weird thing decided to die. So as I explained, I was living a life that didn't allow me to have extra money stashed away. And because of this, I had to go into the Uber rental program, which is something that is very well done. They do a great job. The cars are inexpensive from a rental standpoint, but it's expensive when you take it from the fact that you're going to be renting them long term. It's 3 to 4 times more than it would be just to make a car payment. Unfortunately, no one will sell a car to an Uber driver because they know how you're going to use the car. That's, it's a whole nother story. But so now, on top of the bills I now have a $350 a week rental car payment before I even start making any money. So I'm backpedaling quite a bit, trying to get this thing going again, while still taking care of my dad, while the holidays are coming, and this is our first holidays without her, so that is difficult in itself. So all of this wraps together to explain why it's been 5 months since you've heard from me. You may not see it as a good reason, and I'm sorry. I am trying to build a community here. I've built a community before on Twitch through the gaming aspect, and a lot of those people are still great friends. Some of my best friends in the world are people that I've never actually seen in person. They are through I still communicate with them through my Discord. We have another Discord for this channel, which I suggest you all join and become part of the community. Description is down below. In the description down below is how you can become part of the Discord. So I'm trying to build a community. I want to make friends, and I've made several friends through this channel alone that I consider great friends at this point, and I want that to continue. So and it will. It will continue. We will get back to this. I I told you I started to say, this is that tangent I said I got on a tangent and my brain will jump around a little. I've decided to start looking for jobs. In October, before my car died, I had got a job. And it actually died not because of this job, but during this job. I thought it was going to be a good job, and in all honesty, it was a fine job. It was pretty good job, but it was 10 hours a day, and it was an hour and a half away from my house. So I was spending, when you consider travel time as well, I was spending 13 hours a day at work, which first of all I'm not used to, and second of all was just more than I was ready to commit to straight out the gate. Leaving my dad for that long, just for a job that when I got there, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. I felt I was going to get paid less than I expected to get paid when I originally thought I was going in. I was kind of told one thing and then kind of hired at a different thing, and then told by someone else that everyone's paying the thing that I got originally told. So it was a little bit weird in that sense. And so while I was driving there, that's when my car died. And then it was like, now I have to do the rental thing from Uber, which meant I had to do 30 rides a week on top of the 13 out. And it just got to be too much. So I'm no longer with them. I'm back to just Uber while I'm waiting for in January. And I'm kind of, the part of me that's glad that I had to redo this video is when I talked about this yesterday. I said that I'm waiting for an interview in January, and if that goes through, my schedule will be early morning to mid-afternoon, Monday through Friday, and I'll have weekends free. Well, I found out today that they hired internally, so that job is no longer available. But there is another job in that company. I have a friend that works for the company, so he's keeping me informed. There is another job in the company that is also Monday through Friday, but it's 2:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., which is more my lifestyle. That works out better for me. I would still have to drive 30 rides a week, but I could get out at 11 p.m. and drive, get 6 rides a night, and still have Saturdays and Sundays completely off, which means that I could still, once a month, do a 15-person break and ship on Sunday. That's still a thing that I could do. Still have 3 to 4 weekends a month to just be myself. Hang out with friends and do stuff. I could still go to lunch pretty much daily with any of my friends. So I'm hoping to get that job. If I do, I'll be getting paid less than the one that I was driving, an hour and a half, but more than just if I was doing Uber. I would have much more expendable income once I paid things, and that's where we will get back into it. For now, I'm going to be driving Lyft and Uber, and I'm going to be, well, just Uber, because I can't Lyft until I get another car. I can only use the Uber rental and Uber, but another story. I'll be driving for Uber, using that to pay my bills and pay off some debt, and do almost nothing with the channel financially for the time being. The channel will pick back up financially once I start getting probably my second paycheck. My first paycheck will probably be spent on paying back a few people that have helped me out during some transitions here and stuff, but putting a little in the bank in case something happens, maybe starting to look for a car so I don't have to drive an extra, and I'm not going to stop driving. I'm just going to do it with my own car so that I get to keep all the money. And so financially, it'll pick back up when I start getting my second or third paycheck. Now, what does that mean financially? That means me buying boxes for What's in the Box Wednesday, me buying stuff to do breaks, me sending off stuff to get graded. That stuff won't be happening again until the money starts coming in from the other job, or they decide to start paying Uber drivers an insane amount of money. I don't know. But what is going to happen, though, is I am going to start working. I have already started working on stuff around here for myself, for theoretically you guys. Guys, the plan, not only to do once a month, but it is to do a break just randomly on Saturdays probably, but it won't be a scheduled Saturday. It'd be like, hey guys, I'm going to do this break this weekend, or whatever, however I do it. And I've got to figure out whatnot, because I've seen people do breaks on whatnot, and I've seen people sell individual cards and whatnot, and they take their card and they put it in front of the thing and they start it, and it starts at $1 and people bid, and then it goes up to $7 and sold, and I sold that to $7, and you package it and you ship it, boom, gone. I have tons of cards that can be sold that way. And any breaks that don't sell, I can sell. Hey guys, look at this. We got this in the break. No one bought the Seattle Seahawks, this Russell Wilson, or this, whatever card. And if you buy it, you also get the other 6 cards that came in the break as well. But this is what you're bidding on mainly. And then I sell it off, and I got $3. And at least we're getting rid of inventory that way. What I don't know how to do, and I've got to learn how to do, well, not only I got to learn how to do both of those, because I haven't really learned, but the thing I want to learn is how to do both of them together. Set it up where in the shop they can buy the teams that are available, and while we're waiting for those teams to sell, I can randomly put a team up and a card up. So what I would do is I'd sit down and say, hey guys, at 5 p.m. today, I'll be live on whatnot, and say on 5 p.m. today we'll be opening this break. Here's a picture of the break. You guys can join. These are the teams that are still available. I'm going to talk to you guys randomly throughout the break, throughout the day until 5 p.m. and we will open these at 5 p.m. tonight. Now, until then, let's sell these cards, and then sell 2, 3, 4 cards, and then bring up the list and try to sell a couple more teams, and then bring up the list and talk about it, and make it I'm sitting there for hours selling individual cards, talking to the community, becoming part of the community, building the community, and doing a break. Just a one-day break thing. And that is where I'd like to live mostly. And then just do the 15 break days, not even necessarily once a month, just every once in a while. But I got to get to that. But part of getting to that is having the cards or having the inventory to sell. So that's what I'm working on now. Going through stuff, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour. This camera today is the phone, so I'm going to pick up the phone and we're going to take a quick tour, because I didn't even talk about that. I talked about this yesterday. If you've been following the channel, you know that we were moving. We had an office. It was a small office, and because of things like storing for community members, which I love doing, but also people not selling and me not being able to resell quick enough, we just exploded out of that office. It just became way too big. The last several months of let's see, these are all there. So looks like in July, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. We were at my sister's house for a while. We were doing breaks at my sister's house. Look at this. What is this? 7 months ago, we're down here. So yeah, I mean, we've been back and forth. Oh no, that's in the other room. So it looks like about 7 months ago. Yeah, these are definitely in the old office. So 7 months ago or so, we left the office and we moved to my friend's. Put me in her room upstairs where her son used to live. He went away to college, and her daughter was renting a downstairs tri-level house situation, where the downstairs was set up as an apartment for her daughter while she was going to college in the area. And they have this big room that I'm in right now, and it has a bedroom off the side. And while that transition was happening, I was upstairs in the little bedroom doing my What's in the Box Wednesdays there. And then when we were doing breaks, I would go to my sister's house where my nephew was gone to college, and we used his room because it was a bigger bedroom with nothing in it. Not that it was a bigger bedroom, but it didn't have a bed and dresser and stuff in the way. So we would break there. And that was all just so we were waiting for this room to be empty. And now I'm renting this from my friend for the same I was renting that little office. She's giving me a deal, and I have much more room. Now, it's not quite as organized as I'd like it to be, so that's part of what I'm working on. But we are now in the official place. This is where we'll be for the foreseeable future. And we give you a quick tour of what we have going on here. And the whole point is that I'm going to be going through things, and I'm going to be making essentially 4 different groupings. And some of the groupings have subgroupings, but it's like this card is deemable as gradable. Whether I send it to PSA or next level grades, that's a whole different story. We will talk about that. And if you've heard me talk about what the difference is in the future, we'll talk some more about it if you want. But this card is gradable. This card is not really gradable, but is still good enough to be in $1 or a $5 box. Or, I can hold up and say, hey, I don't have one near me, but this card is a Barry Bonds 87 Topps rookie, but it's so off-centered, it's not going to get a 9, so I don't want to send it to get graded, but someone may still want a 1987 Topps Barry Bonds rookie. So start it at $1 and see what it goes for. That's a secondary grouping where I can sell it on whatnot. I don't have to send it off to get graded. Third grouping is this card has no value, and I'm sorting those into teams and making up team packs where I can just either give away as freebies. Whoever wins the giveaway just tells me a team, and you get 100 random cards, and it'll involve superstars, but it's superstar based cards that no one really wants. If you're the Cubs, you may get Ryne Sandberg's card in there, not his rookie, not a major card, just a Ryne Sandberg 1983 Topps. Not that's way too 1990 Topps base. So that's the third grouping, is where I can make those little packs, and maybe I'll put them on the shop, and you can buy a pack of your favorite team for $10, whether it be baseball or football or basketball or whatever. I don't know. I'm still working on that as well. That's part of whatnot, and maybe I'll sell that stuff on eBay as well. And then the fourth grouping would be, this is one of my guys or one of my personal collection things, and I have my PC, which one of the things we're going to be doing on the channel, we'll be doing different video, I guess we're going to say shows, for lack of a better word. The one show we do right now is What's in the Box Wednesday. We're up to episode 50, and we are on a pause for that because I do want to do a special break for episode 50, and we need me to get that paycheck to buy a nice $500 box of cards or something, to break for What's in the Box Wednesday. But I also want to do, I've already started, I think what I called it, here we go, Spectrum PC Build episode -5. I will still be doing that. It'll be me stopping at Walmart and saying, you know what, I'm buying my groceries, I can afford to pick up one of these $20 blaster boxes, and I'll open it as a Spectrum PC Build, where I'm just searching these cards for something for my PC. The rest of it will go into one of these other 3 groups, but I purchased it with my own money, not store money, and that'll still exist. But also, I have to go through and make those 3 groups. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you here how the office is set